What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mystic Rick's Crypto Picks. I am your host, Mystic Rick. Before we get started today, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the YouTube algorithm show my content to people who are not privy to my channel just yet. And you could also help out by sharing my content to your social media outlets or at least linking my YouTube page to them. And today, we will get started by looking at the overall market cap, which is currently sitting in at $1.31 trillion. Coin market cap is currently tracking 10,939 coins, 385 exchanges, and a 24-hour volume of $57.2 billion. Bitcoin falling a little bit, down from 46% to 45.9% dominance. ETH rising up at 17.6% dominance. I believe that will change over the next 48 hours. ETH gas is up right now at 123 GWei. Now, what that means for such a rise in GWei is that people are trying to hurry up and swap coins. And as the traffic floods the ERC20 network, it causes the GWei to rise for those who didn't know how that worked. That's why when we had that massive crash, I believe it's 2 months ago, GWei got as high as 1100 at one point, which if you do the math on how ridiculous those fees are, it's astronomical. Nathan Davies, what's going on? So Ethereum sitting at $1,980 right now. It is up 5.7% on the day. It is down 5.53% on the 7-day period. Now, the reason why you guys see these increases right now is because the 24-hour block just changed in the crypto space. I believe it happens around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Binance is still holding that $300 line at $306.20, up 2.79%, down 2.9% over the 7-day period. And we have Cardano sitting at $1.21, holding the line. XRP is down to 59 cents after a 4.6 or 4.1% dump on the week. And we'll get some music going here for you guys. And Dogecoin still taking an ass kicking at 18 cents. It's down 11.21% for the week. And DOT is down to 12.6. It's $12.66, down 17.28% over the week. Uniswap currently taking an ass kicking as we speak. And Solana is down for 14.09% on the week. Solana is starting to get real nicey and dicey for DCAing in, guys and gals. So let's move over to my live short trade, because this is a live short trade. So as you can see, I got into the ETH trade earlier. I just felt like 1900 was the peak, but Bitcoin carried it up when Bitcoin had these two big candles, and it pulled the ETH up to about 1980, 1990. But again, I'm not an emotional trader, so I'm holding it because it will come back under 1900. Now, if we zoom in and look here, when you have two candles that literally, match line for line in terms of where the body of the candle close, and if the next candle confirms and goes below it, it is a downward trend. Same thing for an upward trend, right? When you have two candles closing and they literally match line for line, okay? And the next candle closes in the north direction, then it will be a move to the upside. So I hope that that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to everybody. So we've got our downward action confirmation. Now it doesn't mean it can't catch somewhere and go back above, right? To retest this line of resistance it formed. As you can see, the candle's wicked above, but this is where it closed. This candle wicked above, but this is where it closed. That is a signal that we're moving down. On the RSI, I caught the trade at about 64. On TradingView, it was up to 60. Yeah, it was 64 on TradingView as well. On the 30-minute, it was up to like 65 or 66. And I felt like that was going to be the apex formation of the trade. So that's where I got in at. Now, if you notice, this yellow line I already had drawn out. If you watch my previous videos, that line has, been for the last few days kind of a resistance level for Bitcoin. Now, what I expect is to at least see it come down and test 32,000 flat. If we go below that, look for the next level test to be 31.7. So it'll be interesting to see how far. I mean, RSI is up there right now, right? So we have plenty of room to dump it down. I will be watching this white trend line I drew. As you see that RSI has been bouncing perfectly off this line. So I'll be watching it to see if it bounces. If it bounces, then I may look to exit the trade. Okay, if it goes below, then our target will probably be somewhere between 38 and 30 before RSI takes a turn to the north side. So yeah, for those who are wondering, that's why my ETH trade is in the red, because I took it earlier before this ridiculous pump out of Bitcoin, and it just pulled the ETH up with it. So it was a scalp trade that I just ended up having to hold and turn it into a day trade. My Bitcoin obviously is going up. I would love to see it continues going up because I am currently on 25x leverage. Now again, this is just a small trading account of mine. This isn't an account that I pour my life savings into, right? But nonetheless, I see my Bitcoin profit going up, and I want to see my ETH negative dividends going down until it starts to go upwards in the green direction, right? That's what we want. We want the green action for our P&L percentages. Yeah, it had a random pump a couple hours ago, and I had a short trade again, right? You see what you're seeing right here that we saw here. And so I entered a short here. I closed it out when I saw that this candle closed and it could not close below it or above here. Okay. So for instance, like right here, right, this candle, it closes above, it closes above, okay, it closes below. When you see candles match like that, okay, it's typically going to be a pump or a dump of some sort. Same here, candles matched, pump, candles matched, pump, okay, candles match, dump, candles matched, dump. So if you watch my when I talk to people about trends, right? When you're trading off of trends and not indicators, this is something that I spoke on a few videos back. So it'll be real nice. I do think that RSI is going to try to find a bounce here. Okay, if it bounces here, we'll be forming our W, right? Right now we're forming our M. We'll be forming our W. So if it bounces here, that's going to be our bullish divergence. It could go down further. Okay, I just really don't expect it to. Okay. Now if we come out and it does bounce here, okay, I expect if we get a bounce here, I'd pay attention to those levels that I'm drawing out right now. All this riffraff in here. So these two white lines are the lines I'd watch out for if RSI does get a bounce off of this northbound trend line. These two lines, and then of course if they go past that, look for the rejection to be off of the green macro downtrend that if I scroll down you'll see that we've had several circles of rejection along this line. Okay, and then the green circles are indications of support. So this is how you use trends to trade versus using indicators. So I like to use my mind instead of using an automated calculator that most of the time your indicators will turn out to get it wrong. So I'm up $14. So we're going to stay in that one. Again, my Bitcoin is 25x leverage. My ETH is 5x leverage. So I'm able to hold this ETH short up to 23.45. 33,390 is the liquidation price on this Bitcoin short because I'm so high in leverage. If I was only 5x, my liquidation would be like 42,000 or something like that. You thinking higher prices or drop to test the bottom yellow line? I think look for this level here or this level here and watch as RSI attempts to bounce off of my northbound trend line. If it bounces here, we won't get a retest of this yellow line, which the yellow line is 31.1. Right? So for instance, with this pump, it didn't stagger long enough for you to draw a trend line off of it. So how did I trade off of that? I used my mind and I used the data I have been putting into my own chart, my visual data, okay? Not mathematical data, my visual data. Same with, see like here, right? it staggered down. So you would have been able to somewhat build a trend line of, okay, this is when I need to get the hell out of my short. If you're scalping it, right? So for instance, I would have taken it from the rejection to about here, and that would be my green line. When it crossed here, that's your red flag number one, okay? Because it couldn't even touch the line to retest it. That's red flag number one. This is red flag number two, get out, keep your profits. Okay, as you can see, it will eventually go back up and go past the point where you would have been in profit. If you would have held it long term, yes, you'd be somewhat back in profit right now. But that's how you watch the trend. Okay? And this bounce on the RSI gave you an indication that it was going up, because you had bounce, it couldn't even touch it, and then a bounce, and then here a bounce. When I saw RSI get up into overbought territory, I said, this is a good indicator we're going to get a turn. It matched what I saw with my candles, right? Hey, what's going on, Mr. Long? I long and short the market. I mean, I know some people only long, some people only short. Why make money in one direction when you can make money in both directions? RSI, look, I mean, it could turn, but if it turns and it double tops, then it's going to be a massive crash within a 30 to 1 hour time frame. It'll be a red candle that looks like these blue candles. I mean, look exactly at where this blue candle closed, right at my white line. Okay? Right at that white line. Nice, nice. That's the way to go, man. That's the way to go. Just give you guys a heads up. Solana now has its own version of CryptoPunks. They're called Soul Punks. And because Solana is basically still new, right? Everybody's on Ethereum right now. Wait till these bad puppies get out, because you want to see what the highest priced ones are right now. Yeah. 1 million Sol for the top one. And people are crazy enough to buy him. I watched, I think there were a couple CryptoPunks that went for over $1 million, I think. People are crazy. I mean, literally, these pictures have worse graphics than the original Game Boy. Hey, 33.7. Hey, you still in that profit. I mean, we're on the verge of a crash, right? There we go. That ETH is going down, chopping away at my negative balance. I don't care if it just gets $2 in the positive, because it was just supposed to be a scalp trade. So if I just get $2-3 in the positive, I'll close it. And I picked a good, on this short right here, I picked a good exit, because the take profit line I had was literally right where it freaking closed the candle and turned. I mean, on the dollar, like as soon as my trade closed, Bitcoin took off. 1 second, guys. What's going on? What's going on? I'm back. Oh, don't do that. I was up to what, $14, $15? There we go. I'm back up to 13. So if we get some hefty red candles here on Bitcoin, it'll snatch Ethereum back down to where I can get back into profit. But like I said, this isn't a long-term Ethereum short, right? I had my Ethereum short in here when I had that other Bitcoin short, and then when Bitcoin skyrocketed, by the time I could check on it, I was like, well, shit, you know, might as well leave it open now. Where's the green trend line price point at for BTC? You mean the one I drew on the one I drew on TradingView? Which green trend line are you speaking of? So how I teach you guys is when price is going down, that's going to be your green line. Okay? That's going to be your green line. When price is going up, that's going to be your red line. Reason being is because once it crosses it, that's your indication of when to go short. When it crosses it, the green line that's your indication to go long and exit your short. Oh, okay. So you're talking about this green line right here? Talking about this green line, Frank? I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. I know it's hard to communicate. Okay, so that green line is the macro trend. Okay, that's your macro trend. So if I zoom out, that's your macro trend line. Oh, that's on a 30-minute, so we'll go back to the hour, okay? So you see there? That's your macro trend line, where Bitcoin has been rejected off of it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 and 10, 11 and 12 times. And this one, it came down and went right back up, got rejected again and came down. So that's how many times Bitcoin has been rejected on this line. This is what's called an outlier. It doesn't belong to the trend. It's an attempt to break upward resistance, okay? So a higher level of resistance, but it was a failed attempt. And upon retest of the trend line to get support off of it, it was denied support and broke down. So it's not a true trend change unless it gets support once or twice and then bounces. Being that it didn't have a bounce, it's called an outlier. It's the same with these, right? These are outliers because they never caught resistance upon retest of this trend, or this trend. Okay, if it would have came down and then bounced off of it and found resistance, then that would have been a trend break. So you have an outlier, 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 outlier. This is all outlier. Okay, it came down upon retest, it didn't get a rejection, went back into the same macro downtrend. Now what we have done here, we've shifted, and this top yellow line has now become resistance. Not once, but now twice. Yes, it's some people call them head fakes, right? Or fake out to the downside, or fake out to the upside, right? Some people call them head fakes. Well, I don't want to give you advice on what to do with your money in terms of a trade. But you know, remember, think of it like this, right? Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others start to get greedy. Now you see on this hour, RSI is, I mean, it's pointing straight towards the ground, right? So this is probably going to be the pattern. Okay, so I'd look for a retest of this line around noon tomorrow, UTC time. So noon UTC is when on the hourly Bitcoin will attempt to retest this line. Again, attempt, right? Because RSI can always do something funky, like come down a little bit and then come back up. Okay, but if it is going to come all the way down to try to find support, look for it to happen around noon UTC time. Hey, Gramdacious, what's going on? Yeah, Gramdacious, I've been in a couple scalp trades. So this last one, I nailed it right at my my yellow line area. Okay, so it looks a little bit different on because this is on Bitstamp, but on Bybit, right? You see how they literally it closes and closes dead even. That's a double top. Okay, it tells me that if the next candle breaks down first, it's a confirmation that price is probably going to head to the downside more likely than to the upside. Now, how far down we will go, I don't know, because this was a random pump for Bitcoin. So I had a short here, right? It did the same thing here on these two candles. The next candle is, so here is where I got into my short. When I saw this formation, when I saw this candle close evenly with this previous candle, okay, and RSI was forming an apex, I said, yep, it's time to get out. So I exited the trade. My Ethereum one, though, I just never got to it, right? I opened that Ethereum one over here, and when Bitcoin just took off like a bat out of hell, I didn't get back in time to get it. And I'm not going to close the trade in the red. I'll wait it out. I mean, my liquidation price is $23.45. Now, if you are new to trading, please do not touch 25x leverage. Okay, you should never be using more than 5x leverage, if even that. If you are interested in using Bybit, you can go to my link down in the video description. You'll see my Bybit link down there. You can click it, get signed up, get rewarded for trading after you hit certain milestones. And I believe you will also get a $15 to $25 bonus to trade with upon your deposit.
Question number 1. When is 10 Questions Season 2 available? The answer, right now. Hey everybody, it's Kyle Brandt. I'm the host on 10 Questions.
Oh yeah, Gramdacious, I go big or go home. But I also enter at a lot smarter entry points, right? I mean, look at that beauty right there. That screamed, get out of the trade, right? This beauty right here screamed, go short. Okay. Now, because price has been moving inside of a really small channel right now, you wouldn't be opening basically like the Hail Mary trade. Okay. And I'll show you why. Okay. This was a chance for a Hail Mary trade. This was a chance for a Hail Mary trade. This was a chance for a Hail Mary trade, but exiting here, right? This was an opportunity for a Hail Mary trade. Open it, hope it didn't get rejected here or find support here, and you could have rode that from the $40,000 range all the way down and you know, possibly gotten out somewhere in here. Okay. This was a Hail Mary short. This was a Hail Mary short. And then, of course, the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys was opening your short up here, right? So as you guys see more and more each day as you watch my videos, I hope that people are listening, but I also hope that as I show trading with trend changes is helping you guys start to kind of understand my frame of thinking and my strategy for trading, right? Everyone should always develop their own strategy, but I just hope that my strategy is making sense to you all, right? And what my eyes pick up off of the charts and how I'm able to call these levels of support or resistance. If you notice, you rarely see me use a Fibonacci. Because this is the thing. Yeah, the Fibonacci is good. A lot of math went into building a Fibonacci. But if you need some fancy mathematical technical indicator to help you make money, then you're probably not ready for trading just yet. Now, yes, you see some of the most famous influencers like CryptoFace use an indicator, but he built it. So who do you think knows how to use it better than anybody in the world? The guy who made it. Right? And so you also have to understand he's not trading with life savings. He's not trading off of a bank loan or a credit card or, you know, right? He throws 10 Bitcoins in a trade. You best believe he knows that it's going in a direction that he opened that trade in, long or short, right? I watched him in 2 hours the other night make more money than your middle class people make in 3 years, probably 4 years, right? Thank you, Grimdacious. Debbie, what's going on? How you doing? Joseph, what's going on? How you doing? So, of course, y'all saw the title. Yes, I am in a live short trade right now. Okay, I opened it at peak formation. I closed my last long, or my last short at the peak trough. Okay. So right now, I mean, the Bears and the Bulls, the last like 72 hours have just been going at it in Bybit. Going at it. So I want you guys to also pay attention. If you notice, I draw trends all over the place. I have trend on RSI. I have trends of support, trends of resistance. Okay, trends of zones. Okay, these particular zones are what BTC will work if it comes to the downside. Okay, if it goes to the upside, you have this yellow line, this white line, and then this is your major one. Okay, so if it gets in this open gap, this is the one you want to be watching. Okay, and puckering up when it goes up to kiss it. Okay, what you want to see is it kiss it and turn down. However, there's not enough volume right now in trading because Bitcoin has just been doing that bad. I want to say if we go over to Google Trends, or let me see, Google Trends search, and if you pull up Bitcoin, right, you'll see that I mean, the interest has gone down, right? It rates it from 1 to 100. So in January, from January 3rd to January 16th, it hit 100 on the dot. Okay, it's currently sitting at 30. So this is the lowest that Bitcoin has been trending on search since basically December. Yeah, between December 6th and the 13th. So probably like the 8th or the 9th. What's that price on the macro green trend line? So well, obviously it's not going to hit it up here because we've passed that point. But if it hit it anywhere in this region, it wouldn't be until 33.5 to 33.2. So mid 33 all the way down until it gets down into the 32s. Okay, so the longer we stay trapped inside of this macro downtrend, the lower price is just going to naturally sit. So right now what you're seeing is micro support. Okay, that's not macro support. And we just broke macro support here. And I'll show you how. Okay. This yellow line was your macro support. Okay, you have one. Well, there's another one here. So I need to. Okay. It's right here. So you got support off of this line once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. And after the 7th time, we went up. Upon retest, we broke down and didn't get support there. Upon retest to see if it was just an outlier, it got rejected. Broke back down again and got a second rejection. Okay, what I mean rejection, candles wicking above is not what you look for. It's where the candle closes in terms of confirming a retest. Okay, you can use the top of a wick for rejection, that's fine. But in terms of confirming a trend, you go off the close of the candle. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for everybody to okay, so I'll zoom in here for people that don't have good graphics. So upon breaking this yellow line, we came back up to retest it. If we would have closed above it and then confirmed another candle, this would have just been an outlier. Okay, but because we got a rejection, we broke down. And then upon retest, we have been rejected, not once, but twice, right? It took 2 stabs at it over here. That is showing that Bitcoin wants to work this new zone. Okay, so to work this zone and attempt to work this zone. It doesn't mean that we can't go above, right? Price can always break out. But the desired trend pattern is to the downside right now. Okay, so we haven't been able to get above our macro downtrend in terms of everything outside of the outlier, right? The outlier came down, couldn't find support, broke down. On our macro support, okay, we just broke it. On a macro time frame, this is not necessarily a good sign. Okay, it's not necessarily a good sign. Yeah, guys, please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the love. Let me see here. Go to go down to playlist. It's not a good sign for the bulls because off of this macro downtrend, it still had macro support because all of these support lines were just outliers to the actual main line of support, okay? Because this is where the trend hung out, okay? Upon this one didn't even have a chance for a retest. It went down, came right back up, same hour, okay? Back up upon retest, went back into the trend. Upon retest, went back into the trend. Upon retest, back into the trend. Upon retest, back into the trend. Upon retest, back into the trend. Okay? And then finally, that base level gave way. Okay? Broke down. Outlier, right? Couldn't confirm the new trend. Now here, we broke down, got rejected. Broke down, got rejected twice in 2 hours. So like right now it's trying to pump. And as this candle tries to pump, okay, if it even goes any higher than that, what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for this line right here. Okay. Same with over on Bybit. What do I want to look for? This line right here, and I'll actually zoom in for that for you guys and draw a if I can. So this line right here is what I'd watch, okay, which is 32,204. Okay, I got in at 32,221. I waited for it to come a little higher, just as confirmation. So I'm actually in above this, okay, but I'm watching this line right here, which would be 32,202. If this green candle can't break 32,202, then we'll continue further down. Joseph says either I will double down on my short or even better reverse possible. Thank you for the stream. No problem, Joseph. Yeah, yeah. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that share button, share it to your social media pages so people can hop in, see some good content. You guys want to see another project? I'm going to show you a project and I'm going to talk about it. I'm actually building my next video for you guys to talk about my top 10 projects. Okay. But do not sleep on this project right here. Okay. Right. Don't sleep on it. That's a glimpse of what's to come. And I'll actually, let me see here if we can, see if I can. There was something that I was gonna look at. I think I wrote it down. Yeah, I think it's the I wish I knew how to arc the chart, like how they show the arced version on here, but I have zero idea of how to do that yet. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something cool you probably never thought about. You said BLX. Yes, Jeremy Isaac. Yes. Yeah, Joseph. When I'm finished, I'll look at those two for you. I'm gonna show you guys something very important here. Okay, so
Hey, Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to All Out 90s, the biggest songs of the 1990s. Brought to you by Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. Experience 1991 like never before. July 18th, only on Stars.
I actually changed that to like a darker yellow. It'll make sense here in a second, guys. So I hope that makes sense to everybody what I just drew out. Now, does that mean that, you know, Bitcoin won't run over 100K or something like that? No. What it means is that's what's going to steal Bitcoin's thunder, right? What just kept capping Bitcoin in this bull run is because if you look at the amount of money that was dumped into meme coins and altcoins this cycle. Look at last summer where we had that DeFi spike because everything was being put into altcoins, or excuse me, DeFi projects. It's right here. Okay. This was the time that we had the DeFi summer. Okay. Let me take that off of there. Now, Joseph said, look at XRP. Yeah, we can look at XRP. Yeah, I mean, XRP is just trapped. Okay, this is, I mean, look at the RSI on the daily. That's just a jacked up, looks like a bat. Is XRP trying to call Batman? I mean, it still made it up to $1.50 or $1.96 this cycle. So I mean, hey, if you were able to get in way back at 18 cents last summer, hey, you made it like a bandit. If you got in at 14 cents or way back here, 2017 at 0.005 cents, then you made some banger profits. Yes, Engine and Mana will explode. Decentraland will explode. There's another one that's, well, of course, that latest one is taking off too. If we come over to Axie Infinity, right? Axie Infinity is taking off like a bat out of hell. And it's expensive, right? To get started in the game, you have to buy 3 Axies or whatever they call the little things. And they're not cheap, right? They're like 100, 200 bucks a piece. You have to buy 3 to get started. And now if you got into Axie Infinity back in November, got them for 50, 60 cents a piece. I mean, you're banking right now at, you know, at $20. Since 61 cents. Do you think we get a double bull run this fall or a bear market for a few years? I think it depends. It's going to depend on the conditions of the global market, right? Bitcoin is not going to have a double bull run if the entire market is catching an ass whooping. And right now, it's just on the verge of a 15 to 30% dump. I can tell you right now, if the S&P does dump 30%, right, which we've seen dumps like that between last year and this year, right? Look at 2020. Okay, 2020 was it dumped 35%. Here it dumped 10.68%. I believe this one was like an 8% dump. We are on the verge of breaking that upward support. If we break that, look for it to just start dropping off on these tiers. But if we did take a 20 to 30% correction, especially with Bitcoin so close to that huge 30K support, it'll crack like an egg. And I mean, we could if the S&P dropped 30%, we could see like a $12,000 to $14,000 Bitcoin. XRP would come down to like 18 to 20 cents. I'll tell you right now, XRP would come down to like 10 to 20 cents. Tron is doing the same thing as XRP, making a little weird bat symbol. Okay, so this is the trend line I would draw for right now. For Tron. Okay. If it goes beyond this 6-cent margin, then it'll attempt to retest 8 cents. And after that, trying to creep up into the close to 9 cent range. So that's if it breaks that line. If it continues to break down, I would look for it to try to find support here. And here. Frank says, would that reset the market and set it up to start a new run on a crash like that? Yeah. Joseph, does that help you out a little bit with Tron and XRP? I'll go back to XRP for you. That's on the daily. If we go down to the hourly on, oh, good God. So that's gonna be your line of if it breaks it, and then so if you see something like this, let me see here. If you see something like this, if you see something like that, then that's you want to watch. Okay, so the second candle above that doesn't retest the line first is your confirmation that is attempting to change trends. If you see it come back down for the retest and doesn't find support and breaks back below it, then it's just an outlier. Smart man, smart man. So I just hope that makes sense when I draw it out like that. Try to make it kind of look like candles. Does that help? Maybe one of these days I'll make a, like on Bitcoin or something, I'll make a chart and make green and red candles of how I think the pattern's gonna go. Just for visual, right? Since I'm a trend trader. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have indicators. I just don't really use them, especially in the time frame we're in right now. I mean, look at some of these crazy signals it gives. Sometimes it gives really great entry points. Sometimes the indicator's like, what the fuck? Right now, I'd look for XRP. Look for XRP to retest 58 cents. Look for these levels. Okay. I'll give you 3. Okay, watch for those 3 levels on XRP. Blow that up for you, and I'll leave it there for a second. Oh, that's awesome. I made them look like real candles. Hey, thank you, Joseph. Nathan, what's going on? So it looks like Bitcoin is falling. So I'm up 17 bucks on Bitcoin. I was down like 20 bucks on ETH. So obvious, but my ETH is only 5x leverage. My Bitcoin is 25x leverage. If you are new, don't you ever touch anything above 5x. I'll say that again. If you have less than 6 months trading experience, you should not be using anything more than 5x. Because even guys that have been in for a few years still get wrecked. Especially people like BitBoy, you know, Like, I mean, he got his whole face shot off and lost 300,000 in a trade trying to use 100x leverage, fucking dummy. I tell you right now, give me $300,000. I bet you I won't lose it. I'll turn $300,000 trade into a fucking $1,000,000. Hey, thank you, Nathan. Yeah, Crypto Face uses 5x. But again, when everybody's saying, oh, well, you know, market cipher, you have to understand, like, he made it. He probably knows how to use those indicators a lot better than people who are buying it. Right? I mean, he made $2 million off of the April-May crash. Yeah, he is funny. I was talking to him the other day. Funny story. Like I was waiting in line at the store earlier, and it was this group of guys that they just come from the gym, and they were talking about their leg day or whatever, and I asked them what they did, and they was like, oh, it was squat heavy and leg press, machine work, and I was like, oh, nice, so I was just talking about like different type of leg workouts I like to do, and one of the guys he asked me what my deadlift max was, and I told him, I said, well, before I got old these past couple of years, I grew gray hair overnight after my son's 6 brain surgeries. But I told him my max was over 600 pounds. So he tried to call my bluff. So I was like, well, it's like, I'll show you a little something.
You know a lot about a lot. You know an
So, I just had to shut him up real quick. Hey, thank you, Joseph. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, as you can see, that wasn't my max. That was just a easy, quick, easy 510. I'm only well, my max weight ever is like 196 pounds. But I currently sit at about 177. Ooh, liquidated twice on 15x. Ouch. think we drop below 30K and run a new zone on 20 to 32 for the next 6 to 8 weeks, like we ran 42 to 30. Let me see here. If you guys look at what I drew for you guys, we'll have to look at it on the we'll look at it on the daily. Okay. All right. So here we go. If we break down below this support right here, it drops us into what's known as the support gap. Okay, it will initiate the secondary markdown zone, and it'll look something like this. So expect us to work between 22,000 and 28,000, and eventually make an attempt to retest the base of the mountain. Okay, this blue line is your base of the mountain. And RSI is going to get real interesting from, I marked it 16th of July to October 1st. Watch what RSI does on the daily time frame from now to October 1st. So this zone would be our secondary markdown zone and an attempt to retest the base of the mountain. Thanks, Joseph. He's doing good, Jeremy. He's doing good. I'm pretty sure, cause I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody had pictures of him. Oops. So this was him. $4.5 million in medical bills, man. That was after he had already had a couple surgeries, and the line they had in his brain got infected. So they had to hurry up and get it out before the infection could spread down into his brain and kill him. So they had to take it out of it was on this side. They had to take it out of this side and drill another hole on the other side of his brain. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to think all the medications they had to have him on, all the surgeries they had him in. He was in the PICU for several months, and the PICU is more expensive than ICU, right, for adults. Then all the different medications, and you got to think feeding the kids isn't free. They don't feed the parents, right? So I had to buy all my own food, and because everything was bad in the fridge because I wasn't home, I was living off of fast food. So you can just imagine what that was doing to my body, and just nonstop coffee. And then, of course, all the different scans he had to have, MRI, CT, the intense rehab, is so much, man. So, you know, he went through 6 brain surgeries, 3 stomach surgeries. He was paralyzed for a while, partially blind, partially deaf, heart failure, pulmonary failure, stroke, dozens of seizures. And all sorts of other stuff. He had white blood cell poisoning for a little bit. forget the term of it right now, but it's basically like after a surgery, it's normal for your white blood cell count to sit around like 18 to 20,000. His got all the way up past 40,000. But he's a champ. He's a fighter. He had lost his ability to talk. He had to learn how to talk again. He had to learn how to do everything from scratch, right? When he first came home, I had to feed him myself like he was a baby. I had to bathe him. I had to dress him. So he had to go through speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. So literally, like, my whole entire life had to stop to be there for my son. I think let me see if I still have the video on I don't know if it's still on my phone or not. I have to look here and see if it's still on my phone. On his birthday in the hospital, he asked, because he couldn't talk. So, but he wanted to walk on his birthday. So how they were able to communicate with him, they basically, he had like a picture board thing. And it had like, I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm sleepy, I'm in pain. And it had like letters too, and he spelled out that he wanted to walk. And of course they looked at me like I was nuts and that he was nuts, because they're like, kid, you know how long it takes to learn how to walk again? And he wasn't trying to hear it. He was like, somebody's gonna get me a freaking walker, and I am going to walk today. So I'll show that to you guys here. It's processing the video. Thought it was done. Is it still going? That'll work.
All right, dude. Look at you, man. Yeah, look at you. Yay. All right. He said he wants to go back. He wants to go back.
This was on his birthday. Every nurse on that floor got together and made a whole tunnel for him.
Hey. Look at you, man. All right.
He's a champ. Frank, he's able to talk, he's able to dress himself, he's able to feed himself, he's able to walk. I mean, I still have to, check on him, watch over him. So he has a device in his brain called a VP shunt, and that's what keeps him alive. So I always have to make sure I check on him to make sure he's not getting like lethargic or something like that. His hypothalamus was damaged as well, so sometimes he can't regulate his temperature. Like sometimes it'll be cool outside and he'll be burning hot, and some days it'll be like 95 degrees out and he'll be cool. And that's when it's like, all right, guy, time to come inside. So if you guys are parents, right, especially if you're a father, let that be a lesson to you that if you obviously have time, right? I get it, work is work, but if your child asks you to spend some time with them, just do it, because you don't know how many times I was sitting there looking at him in that hospital bed, like hating myself that I didn't take every single damn opportunity that he asked me to do something. So if your kid asks you to, take them to play football or take them fishing or take them to the park or take them to the pool, just do it. I don't care if they just ask you to sit in there and play video games with them. Just do it. Because you never know when that opportunity can be taken from you. And trust me, it'll haunt you and drive you into such a dark place that you better have a hell of a circle around you to get you out. He had so many people supporting him, and yeah, I know it helped with me being a public figure. But he had the churches. There were churches, bringing me food to eat. People bringing me coffee. People calling across seas to check on me. An astronaut came to see him. A Texas baseball MLB team came to see him. The Dallas Cowboys came to see him. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders came to see him. Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger and the White Ranger from the Power Rangers, made a video for him to let him know that the Power Rangers were supporting him. DJ Trey, world famous DJ and a great friend of mine, was supporting him. The whole Purdue Boilermaker Nation was supporting him. A great friend of mine, who's the head coach of Purdue volleyball, was supporting him. I mean, that kid had the whole world that is, just supporting him. Let's just check on my trade, see where we're at. So I'm up 15 on Bitcoin. ETH isn't really budging. ETH isn't gonna budge right now until Bitcoin takes a nosedive to 31.8. Right? Bitcoin takes a nosedive to 31.8. Then Ethereum will come back down to at least 1900, and it'll happen fast. But yeah, guys, definitely, like I was saying, pay attention to Aurora. You can't purchase the token yet, but they're gonna have, as you play the game, you can collect NFTs and sell the NFTs on the Solana marketplace. Okay, you'll be able to sell them on the Solana marketplace, and you'll be able to battle other people and win more of the tokens. It's a great, think of it as this game is going to be like the DeFi Final Fantasy. Okay, it's going to be like the DeFi Final Fantasy. So that's Mystic Rick's warning to everybody. Do not sleep on Aurora when it releases. And it is on the Solana network. And they are being supported heavily. So here's an example of the NFTs you can get. Right? See? It's like Final Fantasy, but for crypto. And then, but yeah, they have been, they received a huge grant by Solana and Serum. So it's going to be huge. Make sure you join them on Telegram and Discord so you can keep an eye out for. It would be nice if they have a pre-sale, but I'm definitely going to be playing that game. Right, I'm definitely going to be playing that game. There's some people that are making like $200 to $300 a day on Axie Infinity. Shit, if I can make $300 a day, that's a whopping $9,000 a month. Come on down, baby. Come on down. I like making money. And hey, it doesn't have to be that big 500 or 5,000 or $10,000 trade. A green trade is a green trade, right? And I use BTC USD, right? So I'm not trading with USDT stablecoin. Okay, when you trade with USDT stablecoin, it's going to pay you in stablecoin. When you trade with Bitcoin, then it pays me in Bitcoin. So that's the difference if you're on Bybit and you see BTC USDT versus BTC USD. For those that didn't know that, or the difference. Okay, so I don't have to take stablecoin and buy more Bitcoin with it, right? As like if I were to close this right now, it's going to give me $17 worth of Bitcoin. I gotta check on the Telegram and Discord, but that's gonna be huge. A lot of people are sleeping on Solana. I've showed you guys how big its network is. Solana has a ginormous ecosystem, and so does Cardano. But Cardano hasn't started its smart contracts yet. Solana's already launched the smart contracts. This is the thing. Um, I have my prison theory, right? It hasn't really done its time in the prison yard yet. Okay. Um, the next Solana's gonna be a monster after the 2024 halving cycle. Right? Solana will break $100 after the next halving cycle. So yeah, it would be real nice if the S&P decided to crash 20 to 30%, because I'd love to scoop up some Solana at like 10 to 15 bucks. 10 for $100 sounds real nice right about now. So yeah, as you guys saw that like this bull run was all about meme coins, really. I mean, yeah, altcoins blew up, but it was about meme coins, right? Thousands of them. The next run, it's gonna be about gaming. It's gonna be about finance. Okay, look out for gaming and finance in the next bull run. And I don't mean like if we have a double pump out of this cycle. After the 2024 halving cycle that kicks off the next official bull run, look for gaming and finance to be huge. No, Solana doesn't have an unlimited max supply. Solana has a supply of where is it? Solana has a total supply of 488 million. Uh, 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 your top 300 finance projects. Put it that way. Your top 300 finance projects. You could even so this is the live feed of everything that's going on in the Solana ecosystem right now. 789 validators, 424 RPC nodes. Shows the slot height, the slot time, current transactions per second, total transactions 21 billion, circulating supply 279 million, 370 million are staked out of the 499 million total supply. Gives current price, what it's up. I mean, Solana has its own database, right? And check this out. Solana Beach tracks all of the tokens on the Solana ecosystem. How about that? So if you want to look at a coin that's on the Solana network, you don't even have to use CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. You just come over to Solana Beach. For instance, if I want to look at Radium, just click Radium, and boom, look at that. It even shows me the transactions that are going on in the Radium blockchain. No, you can't mine Solana. It is proof of history. And let me tell you, proof of history is freaking outstanding. And so it lets you know with coins Ray is paired with, what's the liquidity for the pair, and what's the volume. Right? I mean, this is freaking amazing. It lets you know what accounts hold how much Ray. Isn't that crazy? And look at this, right? It's $2.88 right now. There's a wallet that holds 176 million. Good gracious. So this is awesome. Solana Beach is awesome. And it even highlights the nodes as transactions are passing through them, or the validators as the transactions are passing through them. It's amazing how this works. Says, do I ever worry about the fact that Tether isn't backed one-on-one and the audit business hasn't? I use USDC. I don't stay in Tether long. I use USDC or die. Thing is, Tether isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Some whales on Soul Beach. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. So, I mean, think about it. What other top 100 crypto has something that is this interactive? I mean, yeah, some of them have their own version of like this, but how many of you have seen that is this freaking interactive? I mean, the Solana ecosystem is transparent as hell. But yes, Frank, to answer your question, it can't be mined. It can be staked, right? So whenever you see a project, right, that has a circulating supply that's smaller than the total supply, it means it can either be earned, mined, or staked, right? Earned as in there's some type of incentive you have to get involved in, or some type of program you have to get involved in, and the incentive is receiving more of it. Okay, so it's either earned, mined, or staked. Okay, Solana is like Cardano, right? Cardano is proof of stake. Solana is proof of history, but you can stake it, right? You can't mine it. You think is the best coin to mine for the next run? Honestly, I don't know, Frank. Hey, thanks, Joseph. I hope so too. I hope so too. And again, here's a token I keep telling you guys not to sleep on. It's only 100 million total supply. 624,000 wallets already. And not many people have heard about it. Do you know how impressive it is to have 624,000 accounts for a token that nobody's really hearing much about? Its time to shine will be after the 2024 halving. There's a couple whales in it already too. If it'll actually load. Yeah, Joseph, I'm watching that candle. I have Bybit on my phone too, so I can look at it on my phone. Come on, load. So I got my Slim with USDC. I guess it doesn't want to load the account data right now. So I'm at $18. Still stuck at 12 in the negative on Ethereum, but I'll keep it open. I'm not going to close that. Yep, I won't close it. You know why? Because my name is Mystic Rick and I'm the real deal, and my short trading hands are made of steel.
Spray cranberry bites, sweet dried cranberries covered in premium milk chocolate or tangy Greek yogurt.
I'll exit that trade when I'm damn good and ready.
Perfect for on the go. Find Ocean Spray cranberry bites at 7-Eleven.
Come on, just go down to 31.8 for me. Man, it's hard to draw on here. It's on the hourly. Let's see how we're doing. I do think we're gonna see this level. It's crazy, right? Because I was just gonna try to draw that in Bybit. This level right here, right? This level right here happens to be that white line. Well, what we could see is bulls try to run it up to retest this level. If it gets another rejection that fast, oh, it's gonna plummet, right? It'll plummet. Within 6 hours, it'll retest 31.5 because it'll double top RSI, double top price, double top RSI. Joseph. I'll keep an eye on this line right here too. Where is it? Keep an eye on that too. I use RSI volume for PAs. If there's not enough volume, well, you know the drill. Shill in the shell will finish move with the dump. Yep. Yep, you're right. I mean, look how fast that blue candle turned to a big red one. What it's doing is it's fighting previous confluence from right here and right here. That's what's going on. It's fighting previous confluence. Okay. You had a candle close on the top of it, a candle wick up right in that area, and then a rejection here. You can see it on these 3 candles right here, right? Oh, God, that was ugly. Come on, don't step out sideways like that. Don't you freaking try to make a bull flag on me. You son of a bitch. Oh, jeez. Yep, bulls are trying to pump this candle. Shit. This is interesting. It looks different on here, but look on Bybit. Okay? We zoom in. What do we have? We have a close and an open that's at that level and has not been. If this candle, okay, this hourly candle is going to be very important. Okay? If it stays closed above $32,073, then price is probably going to attempt to come back up here to 32,146 and 32,184. Shit! They are fighting each other right now. The war of the bears and the bulls. Where is it at in my That's what's going on right now, guys. That's what's going on. They are trying to run it. They're running ETH right now, too. So this is what we want to see. We want to see, if it does come up, we want to see a rejection right there at 32,202 or 32,201. There we go. Run it down. Run it down. Run it down. I was gonna ask you guys, does it bother you that my green candles are actually blue? Right. I kind of like the blue. I hate green and red together. Yeah. Yeah, very true. And guys, make sure, if you haven't already, um, get on. Well, I'll do that later. But as you can see, I have 11,456 pi. It doesn't cost you anything to earn it. You can get in right now as a go there to get pinetwork.com/Olympic Brown Rick. You go there, get signed up. It is a crypto that should be going live on mainnet either December or January. And right now, you can mine it mobily, and you have the opportunity to earn some coins and then be able to spend them on the Pi marketplace for goods and services, or sell them for fiat or stablecoin at least. You know, whether you only make gas money or whether you make enough to buy you a car. Okay. You earn off of network power versus GPU power. All right. Well, on TradingView, see, we need this. This is an important candle. We need this candle to close lower than $32,073. We need it. Now, let me know in the comment section if you guys like me doing live longs and live shorts. Say yes, or hell, if you don't like it, say I hate it. I just like to show you guys that you know, when that I'm practicing what I preach to you guys, if that makes sense. I mean, I have other trading accounts, but this is one that I have. I didn't use it for like 7 months, because I was letting my girlfriend use this account to trade with, because I just had some spare stable coin in there, and I was letting her learn on it just with, you know, $50. But I like to use it for the channel now, so you guys can see that, hey, if I'm practicing, you know, preaching all these different trends, okay, and how to read them, how to write them, and what I mean by writing them is putting lines out, right, or putting your greens and your reds, and then actually showing you how I get in on these positions, right? So here you guys are live seeing me nail peak formation of this downward trend, right? You can see the entry price right there, 32,221. And Bybit shows it to you too, right? That little red dotted line is where I got in. Big B510, what's going on? What's going on? Awesome, awesome. I mean, think about this. It's not even down a full $200 yet, and I've already made almost $20. Right? So if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot more off leverage. But if you have been trading in less than 6 months, you should not be touching anything more than 5x leverage, because Ethereum moves different, right? If you're longing or shorting XRP or Ethereum or something like that, they move a lot different than Bitcoin does. And any experienced trader on this chat right now can tell you Bitcoin can move $1,000 in 5 minutes. Evil Roy, what's going on? And also oh shit, don't do that on me. Also, the benefit to using lower leverage is you'll have more of a margin for your liquidation. Right? You start running 25x, 50x, 75x. I mean, your liquidation's not, your margins is tiny, right? I mean, you better hope you caught like absolute, like apex, right? Like price isn't gonna go up or down more than 25 to 50 bucks from your entry price. I think it will, Frank. I mean, they already have 16 million users in the community. It took Bitcoin like 6-7 years to get that many. Pi Network got there in a year and a half. Big B510. I'm just yeah, it's video live short. I mean, I went over some market stuff. I went over a couple projects that you want to keep your eyes on over the next 6 months to a year. I did a little breakdown of how I create my trend lines.
Go to ethoslife.com today to apply in minutes. That's ethoslife.com. Ethos Technologies Inc. operates in California as Ethos Life Insurance Services, not available in all states, and price is subject to underwriting and certain health.
Right. I don't just, pull them out of my ass like some of these influencers, and they just draw a bunch of random shit that never happens on the charts to you. I leave my trend lines up so that you guys could actually see. Okay. And I might modify my take profit on this, right? I mean, shit, I could take profit right now if I wanted to make a quick 16 bucks. Well, it'd be a little bit less, right? When you close a trade, it closes it off of market price, right? So market price right now is 32,093, whereas my profit is off of this trade price, okay? The active trade price. It's 32,086. So always remember that when you go to close a trade, it's not off of this, it's off of this. And so let's say it was a bad trade, you were just trying to get out of it, break even, and let's say you got like $2 or $3 in the green, and you're like, okay, I made it back in the green, I'm gonna close it. And then you forgot that this price was still out of reach, and so you go to close the trade in the negative instead of the positive. Make sure you guys are paying attention to that when you close a trade, okay? Just a little advice from Mystic Rick. I mean, shit, it'd be nice if it just went down to like 30, 31,960. Make, you know, that'd make me about $30, give or take. Yeah. There, ELD vet, right? Listen to him. Because if you're not paying attention, guys, for instance, if I do a market order, it's going to start my order off of market price. If I do a limit order, it's off of me targeting the price that I'm going to set, and then price has to hit it for me to get in my trade, right? If I see it's gonna move quick, right? You ever get ready to you put your entry price in, and within a split second it's like a $50 change, right? What you can also do is click here, and if price is going down, you're going to catch the highest buyer, and that'll get you in automatically. If you click here, right, 3270 or 32,070 could end up being way up here, and then this end up being 32,040, 32,050, and now you're stuck not getting an entry, especially if it doesn't go back up to get you in. So you want to get in, click here, get in. Just a little tip. I just want my ETH trade to go back into the green because it's just a scalp trade. And it wasn't anything, it wasn't a bad entry. It's Bitcoin had this retarded 2 candles here, right? And I was out running some errands, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just, I'll just get out of my ETH trade when I get back. And I could have did it from my phone, but it's just something wasn't on my mind while I was out at the store. And so I got out of the Bitcoin short, and then this heinous mess happened and took my ETH trade into the red. Because I was up like, I want to say like maybe $6, something like that on my ETH trade, I think. Maybe it wasn't that much. Maybe it was like $4. Let's see a hidden continuation, bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Price makes higher highs. RSI makes higher highs. Talking about that hidden bearish. Jeremy, is that what you were talking about? That the price was making higher highs, RSI was making higher highs for the 14th July high. Hey, Everroy, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be nice. Judging on the two local bottom candles and RSI, BTC still printing bullish on the 1 hour. Yeah, lower high on price. Yep, lower price. So what Jeremy's talking about here is lower high, but RSI is making a higher high. It's the same here. Lower high, but RSI is making higher highs. Bearish divergence. So RSI has been stepping up, right? It's been finding support off of this trend line. So again, I said tomorrow by noon, okay, by noon tomorrow UTC time, look for RSI to attempt to bounce off of this line. Now again, it could turn and skyrocket back up to where it was at 65 or 64, but that, I mean, I'll take that too, right? I'll take a quick double top in RSI. Darn it. Always forget to turn that thing off. That's a line I'm just gonna hang out and watch during this trade. I mean, it's still really not enough data yet, though.
Entertainment and SiriusXM present Marvel's Wastelanders, Old Man Starboard.
It's just not enough data yet, but I'll still watch it.
With performances by Vanessa Williams, Asif Manvi, and Danny Glover. Available on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Learn more at marvel.com/.
Some of these cryptos have been so hard to freaking chart, man, because some of them are like doing some funky chicken stuff like that right there, and so you can't really get a trend line off of something like that. You have to straight up watch price and RSI versus trading off the trend, or that funky chicken RSI that XRP and Tron are making. Right, so they're making Batman signals and shit. So we got a half hour left on this candle. We needed to close below 32,000. Okay, so I was off by $2. So we needed to close below 32,075. Sim long at the moment, slightly behind, but I'm almost break even now. Interesting. Yeah, ELD vet, that's what happened with my Ethereum trade. You know, like I was saying, I got in my Ethereum trade when I got into my Bitcoin trade. I exited my Bitcoin trade and left the Ethereum one running. And then when Bitcoin freaking spiked, that's how this Ethereum trade ended up in the red. But again, I'm not an emotional trader. I'm logical. And right now, logic says that when Bitcoin comes back to retest any of these three levels right here, that my ETH trade will go down to break even, and then I'll close it after I break even. Rejected at the top of the 4-hour Keltner and a 200 EMA on the 1 hour and a golden pocket from July 14th high. So if we look at our Keltner on the daily, yep. So as you can see, it hit it, right? It hit the top of the Keltner and not even a dollar over it, right? And so we shot through the bottom, couldn't even make it up, and now we're coming through the bottom. Okay, this daily candle is in the green, right? So it's sitting on the basically the bottom line of the Keltner. But again, the top of the Keltner is coming down, right? So if you look at the projection of it, right, that kind of gives you a zone of tomorrow. That's, you know, kind of like every day it's just going down, right? Now the middle band of the Keltner is an exponential moving average. The top and the bottom band are a formula based off of the exponential moving average. Okay? For those that don't know how the Keltner moves. I don't see right now us coming up to test the Keltner again until it runs into this macro trend line. That's what I would be watching for, guys. Does that make sense to everybody? Let's change the colors on that. We'll make that white. That's what I would look for in the Keltner. Is that if we do come up to retest the top of it, I wouldn't look for it to retest the top until we intersect, the Keltner intersects with this macro downtrend. And if that happens, look for price to plummet down into our secondary markdown zone. Yeah, Joseph, it would. Yep, ELD vet, you're right. Always leave yourself liquidity to DCA if needed. Yep, there you go. There you go. Hey guys, make sure if it's not too much stress, if you can share some of my videos to your Facebook or your Twitter. Um, I want to grow this channel, and I look forward to being able to bring you guys content for a long time to come. And I'll work my damnest. I really will to not have, whether it's dozens or hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of followers getting wrecked because of shilling. I tell you right now, I don't care if some advertiser or some sort of exchange or whatever offered me $100,000 to shill some stupid ass prices that I know are not going to happen anytime soon. I'm not going to do it, because that $100,000 is not worth somebody losing everything because they're relying on me to be responsible with the leading the way for them, because they don't know much about crypto yet. And ultimately, I still have to live with myself. My top 3 stand-up comedians. Um, hmm. I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart. I was a big fan of Eddie Murphy back when he did stand-up. Um, and a third. Dane Cook. Yeah, don't need any more red flags. Don't need any more red flags. All right, we got 21 minutes left. We needed to close below this candle. Well, this is off Bitstamp. We need Bybit to close below 32,075. It's gonna be close. I mean, look at this candle, man. This candle looks like dog shit. Hey Joey, what's going on? Missed on your range to short the market? No, I got in. This is just a scalp trade, Joey. I got in on peak formation for my Bitcoin. My Ethereum is one that I was so I had a Bitcoin short here. I closed it out here, And when I stepped off to the store, I didn't close my ETH short, and then this debacle happened and put my ETH short in the freaking red.
We can choose to be completely screwed.
And so I'm riding it out because I'm not gonna let it close in the negative.
The damage. So we can choose whether we're screwed.
We're on team. Let's not screw ourselves.
And that is why we started this podcast, How to Save a Planet. From
Yeah.
Now to listen for free on Spotify.
Yeah, amazing comedians. Yeah, I loved Bernie Mac. I loved Bernie Mac in Head of State. He was hilarious. He was going around slapping people when he showed up. Okay, we are not going to listen to that. Yeah, that is true. And guys, also think about this too, right? For one, if you haven't already, go back and watch my video of what's different about Bitcoin this time around, right? If you look at the altcoin market minus Bitcoin, you'll see that the blow off top happened in the altcoin market instead of the Bitcoin market. It'll make a lot of sense to you. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jeremy, Carlin and Hedberg, great. Yeah. Come on, Candle. Oh, but don't worry, guys. BitBoy upped his ante. He said it's gonna run up to $225,000, right? So make sure you got those longs ready, right? We're going to $225,000. If Bitcoin ran up to $225,000, I could buy a house. Yeah. Eddie has a YouTube channel now. It's hilarious. He calls Elon Musk, he calls him Elion. He's like, I like Elion. I think it's cooler. So that's your name from now on this channel. Elion. Ron White, yeah. And don't forget the most epic video ever. If you love America, if you love any country, and what did he say? If you, if you love if you love breasts, he's like, I like them all. And then the guy stands up and lifts his shirt up, and he's got the man boobs. Then the girl up on the balcony shows hers, and he's like, I just want to thank your daddy. Yeah, Joseph, it's hilarious. Yeah, I'll link it. Um, um, it's called Funny Money. That's the channel. ETH 5K by Valentine's Day. What's up, Big Daddy? Some blockchains have a real world application like IOTA VeChain. Is trading for value perhaps a network maturity? Is trading for value perhaps a network maturity? It could be. I say look for. I say this is still such a young market, right? I wouldn't look for that until sometime after 2030. Right? Because even though most people have missed the train of a, $1 or $10 or $50 Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was just the first of its kind, right? When it first came out, nothing else was around, right? Till a couple years later, right? Its first run, there was only, it was like what, 43 or 47 cryptocurrency, something like that. So we're still in early adoption period, right? I would say look forward after 2030. Oh no, not Eddie Murphy. No, Eddie Griffin. Yeah, Funny Money is hilarious. I watched this video about Biden. I almost died, bro. That shit was so funny. It had me hollering in the house. My girlfriend was like, "What the hell are you in here laughing about?" Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, Bitcoin said, or BitBoy said it's going to 25K now. Just the other day, he said 150 and then 100, and then before that, it was 322K by beginning of September. I mean, think about this, guys. When Bitcoin first hit markets, you were able to get 4 Bitcoins for a penny. Oh, God, that hurts my feelings just hearing that. Oh, 4 Bitcoins for a penny. Holy shit, Batman. Yeah. Yeah, EOD vet, like, it'll get to a point where, like, obviously we will always have a market, right? Whereas blockchain becomes more adopted, it'll be used for its apps, right? For instance, people won't be buying certain altcoins, but they'll be on the applications for the altcoins, right? Just like there's a new token that is basically like the Spotify of blockchain. They'll be playing the games, not buying game tokens or trading the game tokens. Bitcoin won't be traded, but it'll be used to buy houses, buy cars, pay bills, shop at Walmart, right, with your Bitcoin Visa. DeFi we're seeing it grow, but you're going to see smaller banks as crypto becomes widely adopted, where smaller banks they're not even going to get sucked up by the big banks. They're going to get sucked up by retail investors who are like, fuck you in your 0.05% interest rate. I'll just drop my 50 grand or 100 grand into DeFi and pay myself a fucking 15% interest rate. Yeah. And there's a few other projects that I'm going to be looking into. I'll type them out. Um,
Starring Timothy Busfield as Starboard, Chris Elliott as Rocket, with performances by Vanessa Williams, Asif Manvi, and Danny Glover. Available on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Learn more at marvel.com/wastelanders.
I'll be looking into all of these projects. Oh, man. And I feel so bad to all the people that got ripped off by all the people that got into the what was it? Bit something. I know Trevon was a part of that. Or I think that's his name, Trevon. BitConnect, that was it. Oh yeah, DeFi is way better than banks. Bought 3 Bitcoin at $100. Then I lost a wallet. It was on a hard drive I threw out. Oh, ow. I'm sorry, man. That hurts my feelings for you. These bulls are getting on my nerves with this damn candle. There's 6 minutes left. It'd be funny if, like, in the last 30 seconds, the bears just run that shit down. It's like, nope, this isn't going to be a green candle. So when I was first told about Bitcoin was under $1, and I had about 10 grand that I was investing. But just like a lot of other soldiers back then, because we were all working with Iraq to basically revamp their government currency. A lot of us put our money into the Iraqi dinar, and yep, Hillary shit on that plan. So yeah, I could have had 10,000 bitcoins. Well, I would have had 20,000 because Bitcoin was like 50 cents at the time. Trust me, I have part of my PTSD is not getting those 20,000 bitcoins. Imagine how I feel. Nice, yeah. Shit, well, on Hotbit at one point, Tether had like a 20% interest rate. Ouch. Yeah, it was EOD vet. It was a mess. You know how many of us soldiers they had sucked into that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look at Hotbit. Hotbit has it's like it may be lower now because of the crash, but I think it's still at least like 15% for any USDT you lock up over there. Ah, damn, man. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, it is. Yep, you're right, Jeremy. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left. You think it's going to close below 32,075? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. If not, like I said, I see them trying to run it back up here to 32.2 before they crash it, but who knows? Shit, Joseph, that kind of money, you could have had, yeah, EOD vet, Hotbit. The bill, what's going on? Anyone who hasn't yet, hit that like button. With the exception of a few people that express why. If you can, hey, make sure to share my videos to your social media pages. There we go. Red candle. Red candle. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bears. Let's do it. Run it down. Run it down. Let's close it in the red. There we go. Come on, come on. Close it in the red. Close it in the red. Yeah, baby. How about them apples? Now they're going to try to pump it. Or maybe not. See, what we need is one giant, massive red candle like we have over here on these green candles. That'd be nice. So over those just came in. my Bitcoin short is new. My ETH short was supposed to be a scalp from way back here. But when Bitcoin ran up like this, it put my ETH short in a negative. I had already closed that Bitcoin short. This Bitcoin short I caught up here at peak formation. Yeah, Joseph, I'm sorry, man. I mean, that's not just life-changing money. I mean, that's generational wealth that you lost. You know, that would have been something to leave your great grandkids. So I'm really sorry, man. But hey, you seem like a great guy, and it'll come back to you, man. I just need Bitcoin to take a $600 shit right now so it can put my ETH trade back in the freaking positive. Like I was saying earlier, we could see something. We could see something like this right here. Okay. Oops. Just try to make it blue. We could see something like this, and then it double tops us. And then because of that, we end up seeing something like this here, right? But we'll see. I said, still not enough data for me to have the green line there just yet. It hasn't really stepped out enough. But as of right now, I'm rolling with what I got. And as of right now, it wicked and touched the line. So if I zoom in so you guys can see that. Right? So I needed to just come on down and make some more space for that trend. That's what we need. We need it to come down enough to give us this trend some more gap so I can play with that line a little bit more than what I have now. It's just not enough data yet. I mean, yeah, I could change it, pull this here, and draw it out that way. But I'll wait. And for those who are wondering why I'm watching this trade so much, it's because my Bitcoin trade is on 25x leverage. My ETH trade is on 5x. Well, I hope you're better now, Joseph, and thank you. I really appreciate you showing up like you do, and I hope you and your family are doing well, man. I really do. Big Daddy, you said you entered a short at this hourly candle. Okay. Big Daddy's, or excuse me, wait. Jeremy says, which moving average or EMA are you using there on Bybit? Oh, that was from the daily. It's the 50 and the 200. Yep. Well, what did I tell you guys? I said one of these next candles was going to attempt to test this range right here, which is the white line, right? Boom. It's hit it already on Bitstamp. Okay? So, those of you who have been on here, you heard me say that we're going to come down and try to test this white line within one of the next candles. And then if we could break it, right? If we could break it, then we'll come down here and test 31.7. Okay. I mean, as fast as this pumped up over here, there's no reason why within one candle we couldn't come down. But the volume hasn't really been that exciting these last couple hours. Obviously, we've been having some really small candles these last couple hours. Hey, Debbie, thank you so much for coming in. And, you know, make sure to check out my content, the other videos if you haven't already. And let your friends, family, coworkers, associates, whoever know to come check out my content if they want to learn more about cryptocurrency. Oh no, I'm no crypto kite, or kite crypto. I just like helping people and teaching my sons to be the same way. You know, service before self. I got, and this is the sad thing. Like, I had friends talk to me about crypto back in the day, but BitBoy was the one who actually got me into crypto. And not over the shill, but I will give him that. Okay, it's not too many people out there that can give you tokenomics like he can. I'll give him that much. But I got tired of seeing people lose everything from retarded ass predictions. Everything. I literally had a friend get into Doge because they were shilled that it was going to $100. I said, you do know if Doge went to $100, for it to get to $100, it would need, oh my goodness. And then somebody said, oh well, you know, they're saying Doge is going to reach Bitcoin prices someday. I'm like, what? Because Bitcoin used to be 0.005 of a dollar? Are you serious? For one, Doge has an inflationary supply of about 5 billion a year, if I'm correct. For two, do you know what Dogecoin's market cap would have to be to reach Bitcoin prices? So to reach Bitcoin's current range, Doge would need about 15 times. No, it's more than that. Doge would need over 100 times the current crypto market cap. It would need like I think it's like a $5 or $6 quadrillion market cap to reach $31,000. Yeah, so I got tired of seeing people get financially hurt like that. And yes, I get it. Your money is your trading is your financial responsibility, right? But I believe that influencers should share that responsibility and a great deal of it, because most people that are getting into crypto don't know much about it. Okay, all they know is the word Bitcoin and Coinbase. They don't know, for instance, most people that are new to crypto don't know how to move cryptocurrency from an exchange wallet to a cold storage, to like an offline wallet. They don't know how to move crypto between exchanges. For instance, purchasing EOS on Coinbase and moving it to Bybit. Right? They don't understand the concept of receiving and sending addresses. Right? If you talk about burning tokens, they're completely lost. It's like speaking Mandarin to them. They don't know. Right? And so they rely on influencers to lead the way for them so they can learn. Because this is one of those, cryptocurrency is one of those ecosystems or markets that it's not giving people the time to learn slowly, if that makes sense. The time to learn slowly was 2009, 2011, 2015. It's exploding so fast now that people are losing the opportunity to slowly learn. They have to be on a fast learning curve, or they're going to miss out on life-changing opportunities, right? So I got tired of watching people lose everything. And that's why I wanted to make this channel. I got sick and tired of it. So here we go. It's coming down fast to try to test this line. It'll be real interesting. Now, if we touch this line and bounce, I'll exit my trade. I won't wait for a price to break the trend, which this is still a very immature trend line right now. Okay. But we'll see. I needed to come back down to 31.8. It got down there quick. 31.879. I needed to go back that way. So I'm up $38 right now. Most of the stream I was up what? $12, $15. Come on, ETH. And ETH is only sitting at, what's ETH sitting at? 1964. I just need to come on, just come on down to like, 1890. Shit, I'll close it there. This is just supposed to be a scalp trade for my ETH. I have another ETH short. It's not on Bybit, but my other ETH short was at I'll show you what was that. My other ETH short is right here. I opened it right here. Now, yeah, I could have opened it up here. The higher high, right? We had a higher high. RSI was making lower high. But I wanted to wait for confirmation of trend change. And so I got in here. And that ETH short is on, it's on 50x leverage. And so right now that we've broken that trend, who knows what I'm gonna do with it. Now, had I been watching this dang on chart right here, right, I wouldn't have even, probably wouldn't have messed with that short. Hey, Checo, what's going on? Come on, man. Just run it down to 31.5 for me, please. Just one massive ass candle. 35. Let's get there. 31.5. 31.5. I got my take profit at 31.450, but with that confluence that's starting to get built in here right now, and you can shit. You can start to see it. So that's how you use that. Well, you can start to see it right in here. Oops. So if we get rejected off of this confluence, I would close the trade. I wouldn't wait for 31.450. But then again, if it's a fast downturn, mark price might already be in that direction. So we'll see. ETH is confirming the bear short term. Let's make some paper for that scalp. Yeah. Remember my suspicion. It's getting stronger and stronger. I think they will push the price to say 39K. Then when everyone is so bullish, bam, down to 19K. 39K is where the 200 EMA is. Yeah, but the problem right now, Checo, is there's not enough retail and whale volume to even get it up to 39. That's the problem. It's literally just not enough volume to get it there. Because it's the thing, right? If you were a whale, and let's say you bought, or let's say Michael Saylor does it, right? Michael Saylor to buy $100 million worth right now. He could only pump Bitcoin 1%. That's it. Yeah. And if on the backside of a bull run, the top of the Keltner is resistance. And remember, the middle band of the Keltner channel is an estimated exponential moving average. So don't forget that. I mean, yeah, exchanges would liquidate a shitload of people, but the problem is the people don't even have enough volume to get it up there right now. Yep. And I did that in another video. On the front side of a bull run, the bottom of the Keltner is support. The top of the Keltner gets busted through. On the back side of a bull run, the top of the Keltner channel is resistance, and it busts through the bottom. So if I hop over here to my daily and I turn the Keltner on for you, I'll show you that so you can see that yourself. Okay. So bottom is support, bust through the top. And we're through the top the whole way here, right? Bottom is support, bust through the top. Bottom is support, through the top. Bottom is support, through the top. And then we have our trend change. Now we bust through the bottom, top is resistance. Through the bottom, right? Top is resistance. And it'll also be interesting, you know, if you guys watch my other video about this macro downtrend of the RSI on the daily time frame, right? Where it's just lower high after lower high after lower high, right? And we had a back-to-back triple top here. So it'll be interesting, right? A triple rejection in the matter of from the 29th of June to the 11th of July. That's quick. Right, look how far spread out the other rejections are. So next time it comes up, it'll be interesting to see how far price can go down, because look how small of a movement the RSI has been making on the daily. It's been nothing, right? It's been nothing. So make sure you guys are catching my videos. Make sure that you're watching the trends I've been drawing. All these white lines, the yellow lines, the support gap, okay? The secondary markdown zone. Sure, this is 40K. Exchanges no, it won't sacrifice much to gain to retail. To liquidate, everyone would say we're off to the moon. Well, I mean, hell, Moon Boys already saying, they've been saying we're off to the moon since. Hey, Kyle, what's going on? What's going on, Kyle? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, it'd be a crash of crashes, but I mean, think about it. The news of El Salvador, the news of some other country down there, the news of Brazil, you know, Visa working with someone else, Michael Saylor buying more, some state here in the U.S. that'll let you pay your taxes in Bitcoin. Like, all of this news still hasn't been able to get Bitcoin past 35K. And you also have to think, a lot of people are preparing for some nasty crashes. Plus, you have to or some market crashes. Plus, you have to think inflation is killing people right now. So it's funny when some of these influencers say, "Oh well, you know, Bitcoin's going to shoot through the roof because of the money printing." But those two things don't go hand in hand, right? Because Bitcoin isn't AI. That runs without human interaction, right? On top of the fact that if your rent now costs another $100 more a month or $50 more a month, if you're now paying another $200 a month for fuel, these things start eating up at your ability to invest, right? When your daily cost of living has gone up considerably. I mean, look at the price of lumber, for goodness sake. Look at the price of crab legs, right? 4 snow crab legs is like $45 right now. Costs more than a dang on lobster tail. Yeah, but those billions are moved to the exchanges to prepare for the crash. Right? It's not to buy right now, because if they were using those billions to buy right now, Bitcoin would have already shot up to $40,000, $50,000, right? $100 million moves Bitcoin 1%, so $1 billion could make Bitcoin jump 10%, right? So they're using that money to wait for this massive crash of not Bitcoin, but the massive global markets crash of 20 to 30%, right? And then they'll buy. Think about it. If you have $1 billion, do you want to buy Bitcoin at 30, 40, 50, 60,000? Or do you want to buy Bitcoin at 25, 20, 18? Nah, you're fine, man. Chaco, you fine. I'm just shooting the shit with you, man. That's all. Yeah. Better go to the grocery store and look at crab leg prices. Or go and look how much Popeyes is trying to charge you for like a 12-piece of chicken. Or the fact that if you drive a premium vehicle, at least in Texas, I'm paying like $340 something here. Shit, in California, they're probably paying like $6. I'm watching these candles, man. See what happens. When the real estate bubble is so big, prices of lumber, steel, and iron are up. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, corrections coming. And then you got BlackRock or whatever they're called, literally going state to state, just spending millions of dollars buying up houses, and then turning around and then selling them for like 500% more. Property here's went up. I was looking at 150 acres here, and I mean it was a badass pad. Like it had a pond, a fishing pond. It had a lodge on the property. It was amazing. They wanted like, I think like 3 million for it. Now they want like 5 million. Hell yeah, I want to buy Cardano at 10 cents, but I highly doubt Cardano gets back to 10 cents. Yeah, like most people right now, let's say like if your budget to build your house was 150,000, right? Well, I mean, if you live in California, you can't even get a 1-bedroom house for that price. But let's say you live in Texas, right? Texas, Georgia, somewhere like that, and you had a $150,000 budget to build a house. And then the cost of lumber skyrocketed. Now you can't afford it. Yeah, Jeremy, it's getting horrible. What part of Canada are you in, by the way? I'll be going back up there after everything relaxes. I'll be going to Kingston. Yeah, man, it's just more efficient to just buy, you know, if you can, just ride that motorcycle. Lord, I mean, they're gas savers compared to with my Lexus burns gas like a freaking Hummer. Nice, Joseph. Half-inch plywood sheet, $72. Whew. Ouch. I mean, yeah, especially for food. So think about that. When you have to pay more for your food now, more for your takeout if you do take your family out to eat, more for your fuel, more for your oil, more for your tire changes, more for your utilities, more for your rent. You know, it takes away. You got to remember, 95% of the crypto market is retail, right? I mean, like, the price of salmon is going up. The price of beef like skyrocketed. Even things like peanuts and walnuts and stuff, like that stuff has went up. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, normally, you know, just like 2 years ago, you know, what you could have made it a month off of, you know, like $300-400. Now that's like $500-600, depending on the side of your family. And of course, my kids and you know, my kids are like human garbage disposals. Oh, nice. Northern Alberta. Yeah, it's like Texas. Just cold as hell. Yeah, you know, earn your leisure. Well, I mean, look at what um look what Wells Fargo just did. They just shut down all personal lines of credit. They just gave the middle finger up the bum to everybody without any lube on it. Wells Fargo just gave the whole, like, every 99%er out there the 40-year-old man doctor treatment without the lube. Yeah, very true, EOD vet. No, I played some pro ball. I ran track in college. I played some pro ball, and then I ran track professionally, and then I fought professionally for a little bit, and then I raced professionally in a smaller motorcycle circuit for a little bit. Yeah, I don't do cold, Jeremy. I'm originally from Florida. 60 degrees is Fahrenheit is too cold in Florida. Yeah, Checo, you're right. And this is the thing, because this market is still so much heavily retail, right? When retail has the value of their house drops, but they still have to pay for it, right? The value of the car drops, but they still have to pay for it. And then they have to pay more to feed their families. They have to pay more to put the clothes on their back. They have to pay more to put the fuel in the car. But their jobs can't afford to pay them more, right? D-Boots, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody, if you just came in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. So we get some more people in here. Maybe they'll help me get to, $100 in this trade. Surprised I stayed in it this long, because like I said, it's just a scalp trade, guys. I mean, hell, even if I closed both right now, I still more than break even, right? Because I'm up 35 bucks on the Bitcoin trade. I'm only down 10 bucks on the Ethereum trade, which is an old scalp trade, now turned into a long trade. And for those that just came in, make sure to check out the pinned message in the top of the chat. You don't want to miss out on Pi Network, right? It already has a community of over 16 million people. And it launches on mainnet either in December this year or January of next year. And then at that point, you'll be able to spend your tokens on the Pi Marketplace for goods and services. Or you'll be able to think of it as like Facebook Marketplace, right? But you'll be able to spend your tokens there. Or you'll be able to sell them on exchanges. Now, no one knows what the price point is going to be, right? Most coins, when they start out, they don't have a high price point, except for, Zcash when it wrecked everybody, right? But, so like I was saying, whether it makes you $5 to put in that motorcycle, and that's your fuel for the week, or you make enough to buy a car with it. Okay, you don't need a miner. You don't need a GPU. It's the first version of what's called network power. Okay. Now, so for those who had the question of, well, is it pyramid? No, it's not pyramid. So how it works is, if I bring in Joseph and Checo and D-Boots, okay, I am lending, or I am getting a part of their network power for them coming in under me. But if Checo, Joseph, and D-Boots bring in Jeremy, Kyle, and someone else, I don't get a benefit off of them. Only they do. So it stops at level 1. It's not a level 2 or level 3. I only get a benefit from the people that I directly bring in. I don't get a benefit off. I don't get an increased mining rate off of people that are farther down the chain. Just watch The Big Short and all will be clear in the end of the movie. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, so I'm literally so price only went down $283 from my entry point, and I'm up 35 bucks. So I'd love for it to drop another 300 bucks. Sit me at $70. I mean, all in all, to be up 23% on a trade is good for people that are new to leverage trading. Being up 23% is not bad at all for a short-term trade, right? That's not bad at all. And for those who are like, oh man, he's down 15% on the ETH trade. Trust me, being down 15% is nothing, especially on 5x leverage. That's nothing. Okay. Trust me, I watched price go in the opposite direction on crypto face once, and he was down like 300,000 at one point, and still end up closing the trade in the positive, I think, by like 40,000. So if you are an emotional trader, right, you probably would have started cutting your losses, 5 grand in the negative or 10 or 30 grand in the negative. And imagine how heated you would have been to see that price ended up going back in your favor, but you had closed out the trade. So you not only have to understand how the charts work, how price action works, you also need to understand humans, right? You need to understand how humans are manipulated in markets, okay? They get moved around like pawns, okay? Institutions, corporations, and whales, they trade logically, and retail investors typically trade emotionally. And so there's a lot of combinations of things you have to understand. Yes, you do need to understand divergences, right? You need to understand bullish divergence, regular and hidden. You need to understand bearish divergence, regular and hidden. You need to understand phenomenons, okay? Just like the phenomenon I told you guys about on one of my prior videos. You need to understand trends, formations, patterns. Okay. Hey Joseph, my girlfriend's over there right now in Germany. She's from Germany. There we go. I'm on the boat. I'm on that short boat. Who's on the short boat with me? Put a 1 in the chat if you're on the short boat with me. Yeah, I think it's I think it was Kyle asked me that question. I think there might be a couple pictures of me left playing football somewhere on there. I don't know. Well, that was me hurdling. That's my this got turned into an NFT, right? This got turned into an NFT, but this is one of my supermodel posters. So if you want to get that NFT, make sure you go over to Rarible and you can scoop it up. And this is actually me up in Canada at the Hayabusa headquarters in Kingston. And that was me rolling around with Canada's one of Canada's top black belts. It's an awesome photo, by the way. Well, SVN, if you're gonna do one, it's don't do a short right now. You've missed entry on that. I got in that peak formation, right? Some of the guys have been in here for a couple hours, like Germany, and so Jeremy knows I was in up here, right? I caught this on like Apex. I just really want this ETH short to freaking just turn green for me, please. ETH is being a little stubborn, like cunt bag today. I mean, normally Bitcoin drops $300 and ETH freaks the hell out. So if anyone for whatever reason can't see the pinned message, get started today, get signed up, start mining coins, okay? It doesn't cost you a thing. Then once it goes live on mainnet, you can sell them. Whether you make $5 or you make 10,000, it just depends on how many people you bring in that actively mine, and you're able to increase your mining rate. I was transparent to show. I mean, it wants me to update, but I'm not going to update right now, not while I'm on live, because I don't want it to mess with my frame rates or anything. But as you can see here, I have 11,459 coins. So I don't want you to think that I have like 10 and I'm just shilling it to you. I have a lot. Well, SVN, you can check out my other links. So I got in at 32,221, right? This red marker right here, this red dotted line coming across the top, that shows you where I got in at. Oh, that's the one that's only a few seconds long. Yeah, I mostly use Bybit and Femex SVN. So if you are interested in using Femex and to be able to get a deposit bonus, my link is in the description. But definitely um, use the use Ryan Matos. Um, use Ryan Matos 9.99 course on trading. Right, that course is going to teach you more in a month than you'll learn in over a year with anyone else. All right, we got 8 minutes on this next candle before this next candle starts. Who thinks it's going to be green? Type green if you think it's going to be green. Type red if you think we're going down farther. Yeah, no problem, SVN. Isn't that awesome? We got some Sonic the Hedgehog EDM. That is badass. Now what I'm going to do is, remember the other day I was telling you how to keep a trade from going bad on you? I'm going to start to trail in my stop loss. Now, do I have to? No. But to make sure that the trade does not go into a loss while I'm asleep or something, I'm going to add a stop loss. I'm leaving a stop loss on this ETH trade right now because ETH is not going to $2,345. I need the bears to just come on down here and just push us down to 31.7 so I'll close it. If it hits 31.7, I'll close it. So let's do this, right? We're gonna do this. We're gonna make this 31.7. If it runs to 31.7, I'll close the trade. The only reason why I haven't walked the stop loss into 32,000 yet is because, I mean, the way Bitcoin moves, I could get wicked out in seconds. I mean, Bitcoin could move $100 in 5 seconds. So SVN, that's why you want to use Bybit has basically a mock version that you can use to where you're using fake money and you can learn how to trade and see how you start doing, right? Whether you're closing trades in the green or in the red before you actually use your hard-earned money. So I'm gonna walk my stop loss in again. Set it to 32,125. Oh shit. Oh, it's crazy I put that in when literally this candle right here literally peaked out at 32,125. Oh shit.
Unrivaled at baccarat, trading cryptocurrency like Halloween candy.
Oh man.
But living like the glitterati begs for Malwarebytes Premium. It's complete cyber protection that keeps all your devices and personal info safe. So relax online, rascal. You live the high life, we'll keep out the low lives. Start your free trial of Malwarebytes Premium at malwarebytes.com.
Look, I'm for whatever, right? If it wants to make several green candles in a row, I'll ride it up. I love money. I'll make it going up or down. That's when people say like, "Oh, you're so pessimistic. You're a bear." No. If I felt that price was going to 80K right now, then I put my money where my mouth is and long. Man, if you played Sonic the Hedgehog growing up, put a 1 in the chat. God, man, these songs ring a bell. This is a badass playlist. What other games they got on here? Oh, they got Tetris, Ultra Ball. I don't know much about that. This is a badass playlist. Oh, they got some Pokemon. Oh, they got some Mario music. Oh, I gotta play this right here. Luigi's Mansion. There we go. Oh man, here that candle goes. They're trying to run this price up on this candle, but they're not going to give me. If I can get mark price to run down to 31.8, we can hit 31.8, I'll close it. And we're going to walk in my stop loss to 32,100. Oh, not 321,000. See if freaking bulls are trying to run it up. Bulls are trying to run it up. Damn, they're trying to run it up. I need to come back down. Come on. Turn this into a red candle for me. Turn this into a red candle for me. The song is fitting for the moment. Come on, run it down. I need that mark price to come down. Come on now. Let's get mark price back into 31.8s. Up. We got that bounce. You guys see that bounce? It doesn't mean much, but I am going to close this short right. We're going to close it right now. Everybody clap it up. You got to see a live positive short trade. Now, it could go down. Good for anybody that's still in. However, what matters is that I got an opportunity to walk away with a green trade. And of course, I'll leave this ETH one open until it goes back green. But I am going to walk that stop loss in, though. See, this would have been an opportune moment to catch that that ETH, to get out and so this is what I'm gonna do. So this isn't part of the true trend. That's just an outlier because it couldn't confirm below. Thing is, I need price to get back to here. This is a freaking badass playlist. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling it. Let's see if they have any other video game EDMs. Video game EDM. Playlist. See y'all. This sounds fitting, since the Bears are fighting the Bulls. This son of a bitch turned it freaking... I knew that was gonna happen, but it's okay. Yeah. Now, part of me, right? See, it didn't even make it all the way to the line before the bounce. It doesn't mean that the RSI won't kind of finger down and touch it anyway. But we'll just see what happens, right? Now and I'll leave this stuff up here. If it can break this trend and confirm above this green line, then I'll catch another trade like this or like this on the long. Now, the biggest bull trap was at the top when you had people going like ultra long because, oh, well, we haven't had to blow off top yet. We're still going at 322K. Like I said, the BitBoy got burned for 300,000. Just see his live the other day. Like, hey, you have any trades open? He's like, nah, I'm not trading right now. It's like, shit, I wouldn't trade either after losing 300,000. Got his whole ass shot off in that trade.
They say that you should never meet your heroes. But Kelly wrote.
Alright guys, well that's all I have. You guys got some tutorial tonight. You got to shoot the shit with me tonight. I got to learn a lot more about you guys, and that's what matters to me the most, is being able to learn my followers and learn something about you all. And and you guys got to watch me catch a trade on Apex. You got to watch me close a trade in the positive, and that was the goal for tonight in a live trade. For those of you who are on the other side of the world and it's daytime for you and you're about to go out and drive or whatever, please be safe. Okay, I want to be able to see all of you back, and I'm really grateful for you all. Please make sure to like and subscribe, share the content, and please return. Hopefully, somebody learned something tonight. So, thank you, Chaco. I really appreciate you. And blessed all of you. Have a good one.